EVGA has long been one of the leading brands in the enthusiast PC market. Over the years, they have created many of the fastest versions of consumer graphics cards on the market, and occasionally some of the most expensive too. The EVGA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti is the fastest consumer gaming graphics card on the market today. However, EVGA think they can make it even better with their FTW3 edition. Equipped with their latest ICX cooler, as well as some powerful factory overclocks, I am expecting this to be the fastest graphics card I've ever tested. Although it's going up against some stiff competition from Asus and Aorus, whose factory overclocked GTX 1080 Ti's we've also recently tested. One of the things we are most interested in with this graphics card is their improved ICX technology. It uses 11 sensors to monitor the graphics card components on the fly, allowing the card to adjust fan speeds and power delivery in real time. This should ensure the card can function optimally for longer and harder while you're benchmarking or gaming. Equipped with a base clock of 1569 MHz and a boost clock of 1683 MHz, the EVGA FTW3 is a nice upgrade from the stock 1080 Ti, which features a 1582 MHz boost clock. Of course, the main difference being a more powerful aftermarket cooler, as this card is much less likely to throttle its performance when pushed to high loads for extended periods of time. Of course, being an NVIDIA graphics card, you're still going to enjoy all of the extra features you would expect from the NVIDIA range, such as it being VR ready, having ANSOL support, SLI, G-Sync, Game Stream, and much more. Without a doubt, this is one of the best looking GTX 1080 Ti's on the market today. It's even fair to say it's one of the best looking graphics cards full stop. A lot of the high-end and heavily overclocked graphics cards that are hitting the market today use a 2.5 and sometimes even a 3-slot thickness. However, EVGA has maintained a strict 2-slot limit, making it much easier to run these cards in SLI configuration. There is one downside to that 2-slot design. Although it's unlikely to cause any problems for most users, the card is quite long and considerably thicker than most of those on the market. Of course, if you can afford to spend a lot of money on a high-end graphics card like this, it's pretty likely you've been able to invest in a suitable chassis to accommodate it. For reference, the card measures 5.61 inches high and 11.8 inches long. The actual design of the cooler will likely be familiar to many EVGA fans, but it's still one of the most unique and stylish designs on the market today. The cast metal design is like giving the graphics card its own adamantium skeleton. Not only does it look great, but it gives the card added strength while leaving plenty of room for ventilation around the fans and the heatsinks. The cooling performance comes from 3 large asynchronously controlled fans. Not only can the graphics card run completely passive in low load or low temperature scenarios, but it's also capable of operating each fan independently. If the memory is getting too warm, the fan nearest that component will spin up just as much as it needs to bring the component back down to the right temperature. If the memory is cool but the GPU is hot, again the appropriate fan will spin up to take care of the problem. Obviously, when the card is at its hottest and all components are warm, all 3 fans will spin up to shift as much heat as possible from the card and prevent throttling. Further improvements to the aesthetics, cooling and strength of the card can be found on the rear, thanks to a full-size metal backplate. There is added ventilation cut into the backplate, allowing better airflow around the main components of the card, and even an LED lit logo cut into the rear of the card for some added flair. The LED logo on the back of the card matches up really nicely with the LED lit EVGA branding down the side of the card, which look great once the card is installed and powered on in your system. The card draws its power from 2 8-pin PSU connectors, which may seem like a lot, but it's only a small upgrade from the stock card, which uses an 8-pin plus a 6-pin connector. That extra power will help the card reach its higher overclocks with ease. Finally, in terms of connectivity, the card is pretty straightforward. There is a single DVI connector, a HDMI 2.0 connector, and 3 DisplayPort connectors. Hooking up multiple displays, VR headsets and more shouldn't be a problem. Now it's time to do the thing I've most been looking forward to, and show you how this card performs. I was expecting it to be one of the fastest 1080 Ti's I've ever tested, if not the fastest graphics card I've ever tested. Fortunately, it didn't disappoint, setting record scores in almost everything we threw at it. The EVGA GTX 1080 Ti certainly isn't one of the cheapest graphics cards on the market. At the time of this review, it was around £766 here in the UK and around $1,000 in the US. That's a big investment for any gamer, but amazingly, it still isn't the most expensive 1080 Ti on the market today. It's competitively priced against Asus, Gigabyte and more. If you really wanted to get crazy, you can spend even more money for the hybrid air and water-cooled version of this card, which are around 10% more expensive. The full hydro copper block version of this card is a little more than that too, but ideal if you're using a custom loop-cooled system. Unfortunately, we haven't tested those two versions of the card, but you can expect that they will be even faster, as they're able to maintain lower temperatures for much longer periods. If you're tired of making compromises when picking graphics settings for your favourite games at extreme resolutions, on high refresh rate displays, or for VR gaming, then it's obvious you need to go for the win. For now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, remember to subscribe to get more great video content directly to your inbox. Give us a like and comment, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.